I came to find out, a lot of people be so like fixated on like what God doesn't like, or what he does like, or what he doesn't love, or who he accepts and who he doesn't accept. And what I came to find out is like God does not worry about who you love, because when you love somebody, you give love. I think God's biggest concern is who you don't love, who you hate, who you despise. Because there's something in that person that you don't like that represents a part of you. And sometimes with most people, it's easier to not like somebody than to publicly not like themselves. And what people don't understand is when you don't like somebody, or you have a hate in somebody, or an enemy per se, there's something about that person that represents something inside of you that you're not ready to admit just yet, so it's easier to hate them. It's easier to not like them. It's easier to despise them because on the outside of the surface, you can make up excuses as to why you don't like them. It's the way they talk, the way they walk, how they handle situations, their attitude, right? But it's not easier to admit that about yourself. It's not easier to take the mask off of the person that you blame and turn it on yourself and be like, why I don't like this about myself? Because if you was to acknowledge something you don't like about you, then that's accountability. Now you have to change it. And most people would rather place their problems on other people, in other situations, to avoid looking at themselves, to know that the only real problem here is lack of self-reflection. That's the only real problem. That's why you don't like that person, because it's something about you that person represents you don't like about yourself. And every time you see that person, every time that person walks by you, it represents the thing you don't like about yourself, and it's hard to admit. So it's easier to point fingers and be like, I don't like her. I don't like him. Yeah, whatever. It's easy. But the things that's worthwhile, it's not easy. It's hard. The things that will shift and transform your life in ways that you wanted to, it's not easy. It's hard. Admitting the things you don't like about yourself is not easy. It's hard. But most people would rather avoid doing the hard things because they think the easier way is the right way. It's not. The hard way is right, because if you do it one time and you do it right, or you gotta do it once. You gotta keep doing it over again. But when you do it long, it's because you keep doing it wrong. And you wonder why you're in a karmatic cycle that you can't get out of. It's because you rather do it easy, which is wrong, and that's why you're continuing to do it long.